In the following presentation, Professor Oliver Yau, distinguished and honorary professor at the Open University of Hong Kong, discusses what marketing really is. He gives definitions of marketing and explains why some of these definitions are inadequate. He compares and contrasts ways of doing business in Asia and in the West, and explains how relationships are especially important in Asia. In this context, social bonding is important, so Professor Yau discusses the 12 commonalities of social bonding and explains how each one plays a part in doing business.
What I'm talking about today is about marketing, what marketing is. Now, what is marketing? Marketing is a very simple thing. So marketing is a social exchange. Remember that when I say social exchange, I don't say business exchange. So it's more than business. So mainly because marketing can be used in other areas as well. So that we have social marketing. All right? We have marketing before friends, between friends, or among friends. All right? So the use of marketing are not only in running your business, okay? Or in selling your product. No, it's more than that. So one thing, the first thing we're talking about is a social exchange. A social activity. Exchange of what? Exchange of stuff you have and stuff I have. So if you are going to do something on the internet or join some of the group, you can sell your PS4 with maybe a Sony camera. All right? So it's not necessary that you have to pay in order to get what you want. So it's a barter exchange. It could be a barter exchange. Barter means exchange of products, exchange of things, all right? Rather than exchanging money with a product or with a service. Okay, it's more than that. So the question is, why we exchange? It's mainly because of creation of value. Why you exchange, you think you receive better than you pay. And that is important. So if you buy something, you pay $6,000, one thing that is important that you think that product worth more than that. If not, there's no creation of value. Why you own it? I would like to have my money in my pocket, not the iPhone, which worth $6,000. No. All right? If you are a student, you pay the school fee. Okay? The school fee that you pay, okay, must be lower than what you're going to receive. Otherwise, there's no such thing as creation of value. Okay? So why I'm selling you, I would tell you that it worth more than you pay me. And this is important. The second very important element is in the definition of marketing is creation of value. But it has to be on both sides. You buy it mainly because it's the creation of your consumer value. But the person who sells it, the creation of value mainly because he or she receive a profit from the exchange. So the creation of value is on both sides, not only on one side. So eventually, what is the result? Are you satisfied with the product? Are you satisfied with the service? Why I'm saying creation of value? That's the value created. Then it's something that you have to think about. So in marketing, we always say we put our customer in the first place. The American said, consumer is king. But the Japanese said, consumer is God. More than the king, it's God. So you see, the status of consumer are virtually very high. Without respecting this, by no means that you will be successful in running your business. All right? Okay. So here, of course, that is from the consumer point of view. An organization goal, okay, is virtually from the enterprise point of view, from the business point of view, or a social organization point of view. Okay, remember that I just used the word profit, but sometimes social organization might not really want profit. Okay, they are non-profit organization. So they have their organization goals, all right? So how it is going to be satisfied, all right? So the exchange may help, okay, to satisfy their needs for providing services to the poor, for instance. So this is one of the organization goals, all right? Okay. So here, as we said, we link up all the four elements together, and then we form our definition of marketing. That is the definition in 2014, defined by American Marketing Association in 2014. Then, what's the problem? I said, I put customer in the first place. So, as a businessman, must I be happy? Will my customer come to me all the time? I sell this bottle of water to you. You drink it, and you think very good. All right? You love it. The question is, if I ask you, do you have the intention to buy it again? And you say, yes. But when the next time comes, unfortunately, you get another one. Another brand of water. Why? Why? If you are satisfied, you feel it's good, why you are not a return customer? That is the question always puzzles us. There are many reasons. The market is a huge market. There are retailers selling different brands, all right? They are stakeholders, remember that. So there must be many others to compete with your brand. The other thing is, why you go to the shop and buy that brand? And there's a very good salesman. And the salesman said, this is not good anymore. There's a new one, a new product in the market, which a lot of people bought today. So your trust on that brand seems to be shaken. So instead of buying this one, you buy another one. So the effect of salespeople, excellent selling skill. All right, competition. Or sometimes, you don't have the information about your product. People do not virtually stock the product. So I would like to have a X brand of water. Say, I'm sorry, it's not available. All right? I tried to contact them, to deliver to us, but it has been a week. It didn't arrive. So use that one. So there are many other Price, sure, is another one. Cheaper and better. So there are opportunities or chances that your customer goes away. So the definition of marketing is not good enough. It's not good enough. So we have to think about why. We have to think about, what is going to make our customer come back again. Should we do something? Yes. That is the rises of what we call the relationship marketing. So at the very beginning, when we're talking about all this, the right concept of relationship marketing, not consistent, United States not the same, European concept of relationship marketing is not the same. Okay, they're talking about, more about commitment, okay? And there's one thing in common is trust, okay? Trust is a common element, okay? And I will talk about this later on. So this seems to be the solution to what I said. Your customer is going away. You use relationship marketing to keep them. Then, definition, vary, and including service strategy, relation pricing, and internal marketing. So these are virtually the elements in relationship marketing. Okay, relationship marketing, why? Mainly because we have service element. Service is something that we can't see. We can only feel. It's not a tangible product. Jackson, Turnbull, Wilson from United Kingdom, they just define it very simple, in a simple manner, relationship between buyer and seller. No, it is not a good definition. It's too simple. Okay, Morgan and Hunt, okay, the Americans, okay, he said, marketing activities in establishing, developing, and maintaining relationship. Yes, but it's still too vague. How? How to develop and how to maintain. All right, what are the elements? All right? So, what's the problem? We're talking about relationship. Something very different. The Western way and the Asian way are not the same. Okay, so let us talk about it. So whether the relationship exists before or after the exchange. Remember that we're talking about social exchange. What do you think? You go to a shop and buy a bottle. A shop you've never been there. So the relationship does not exist at all right? But if you are a return customer, the relationship exists. But from the Chinese point of view, this is not the case. Before the exchange, we build up the relationship first. I go to your shop and we talk, okay, so that we do like friends. All right? So you understand about me and understand. If I live nearby, every time I say hello, and then the shopkeeper say hello. So the relationship exists. So there's something very different. So you might have that experience. It doesn't mean it always apply, in the Asian perspective, okay? In fact, it can apply everywhere. Okay, but that is the way of how the culture prevails. All right? Okay. And that is important. I will tell why it is so important. It's especially for Chinese. So if you can remember, Chinese had the 5 cardinal relationships. What do you mean by cardinal relationship? If you are a father, you have to act like father. If you are a king, you have to act as a king. If you are husband and wife, then you have to act husband and wife. If you are a friend, and then you have to act like a friend. But one thing is lacking is Chinese do not trust strangers. There's no stranger, in the relationship. All right? And why? Mainly because why they are small, their parents always say, that's a stranger. They might be thief. All right? They might be murderer. They are ghosts. Don't go near them. So that is a kind of training, or there's a kind of education the Chinese kids receive all the time. And the reason why, they always keep a distance, from strangers. So they don't actually use it. They use it laterally, not only as a strategy. As a strategy means today I use it, tomorrow I don't. All right? So you can see my research work create what we call the relationship marketing orientation. It consists of 4 dimensions, which is used to measure the propensity of the people building up relationship marketing. You may not be a Chinese, but you may have a very high relationship marketing orientation. That is relationship marketing here. Consumers here. So the relationship marketing factor affect all the 4 P here. All right? That is something that has to be done by the company, by business. So we say that is something that we use it to supplement, to the consumer orientation, to the definition of marketing. We cannot replace the definition of marketing, but it adds value on it. So mainly because there are too many choices, as I mentioned. Will you come back to buy that product again? No. Now, relationship marketing, that means we'll build a relationship before the exchange, so that you will come back again. Oh, where are you going to buy it? Oh, I go to buy there. Why buy it there? He's my friend. He treats me well. He always gives me a good discount at the same time. All right? He always provides me with excellent information. That's the relationship. So you will go to the same place again. Another thing about relationship marketing, from a business point of view, not from a consumer point of view, from a business point of view. So you can see this is an organization, this is another one. All right? This is the organization which produced the product, which is the organization which would like to purchase the product or services. Remember that. Traditional marketing concept provide you with only one point of selling. That means the marketing people meet with the people in the purchase department. I market to you. So I'm sales rep. You are the purchase department manager. We sit together and talk about it. The term and the product and the testing of the product and so on. Only one point of contact. That is traditional one. But see, in the relationship marketing one, how the relationship is going to build in the business environment, not in the consumer environment, in the business environment. So marketing people talk with purchase people, engineer people talking about the technical aspect of the product. One is from the production, mainly because the production department would like to buy the product to produce. So the finance people meeting with the finance people, talking about the term of payment. I'm the marketing, I don't know. So let the finance people talk with the finance people. It would be more efficient. All right? So the R&D with the R&D. What this product will turn it to be in the future. What are you doing? So that I'm buying your product, but in the future, I would like to know how my company is going to adapt it to your R&D development so that our productivity will be higher. And then our competitive capability will be stronger. All right? So we're talking about a group of people negotiating, exchanging information, building up relationship. So it's not only marketing with purchasing. So remember that here I only give you examples between departments. So you can see from the consumer point of view, the relationship orientation works, and from the business perspective, they're involving a multi-points of interaction. All right? So now, let us see what are they. What are the four elements, which form the RMO? I call it BERT model. B-E-R-T, BERT. The first one is bonding. The second one is empathy. And the third one is reciprocity. And the fourth one is trust. So if you are a good relationship marketing people, you should be score high on these four elements. Okay. So let us simply talk about the four elements. That is what we are going to talk about today. From traditional marketing to relationship marketing and to relationship marketing orientation. Okay, let's talk about the interaction between the four elements. The first one, the Western way of bonding by Berry and Parasolomon, in 1991. It said bonding consists of three kinds of bonding: structure, social, and finance. What does it mean? Structure bonding. Now we have a structured bonding. I'm teaching you a student. There's structure bonding. All right? In your family, father and son, structure bonding. You can't change it. The structure. All right? In a company, I'm your superior, you are my subordinate. Okay? At a certain point of time, it is the case. Structure. The second one, is social bond. It's nothing to do with organization. All right? Friends. Friend with friends. That is social bonding. All right? So relationship between student and student. Brothers, and so on. That's social. The third one, finance bonds. You borrow money from the bank. You use a credit card. Okay, remember that. The bank issue you a credit card to use. That is the financial. You put money in the bank, all right? They owe you money. All right? But if you use your credit card, you owe them money. So it's a kind of relationship between lender and borrower. Okay? So something to do with money. But in the Asian perspective, we focus mainly on the social bonding. And we say social bonding is more important. And what is the effect? What is the elements, in that social bonding? So we have the Eastern bonding, we have what we call the 12 commonalities. The first one is kinship. Kinship is a bonding. All right? We're talking about the kinship system. Brothers, cousins, niece, and so on. Something that you can change. That is something determined by heaven, by God, not by you. You have no choice. Townsmen, you're living in the same town, townsmen. But townsmen is important from the Chinese point of view, all right? So every time, we go there and then we say, you are from Canton. You are from Hong Kong, mainly because your Putonghua is not the same. You have a strong accent of Cantonese. So, schoolmate, your schoolmate. Schoolmate is determined by where you're from. Where? So not by heaven. All right? So you can choose it. Okay? Colleagues, again, talking about location. Okay? Whether you're working together. Okay? In the same company. All right? Okay. People of same interest. So there are many interest groups, on the internet. I joined at least 20. All family friends. In the Chinese context, we call it uncle-auntie perspective. Your father's friend, your mother's friend, and so on. So these are the friends relationship. All superior. Okay, you left the company, but they was your superior before. All subordinate. Teachers, your previous teacher, your students, coming from the same school but not in the same class, all right? And then friends and acquaintances, no strangers. Again, they show you no stranger. Stranger is not included all the time. These are what we call the 12 commonality. 12 things that we are in common. We can be in common. That's important. So in order to build up relationship marketing, remember, use these 12 and build a relationship. All right? Find out who are your cousins. They can help. Okay, find out where are your townsmen. They have a kind of affection. Because we come from the same town. So when I go to Shanghai and buy some kind of old stuff, you come and listen to my accent and say, hey, we are townsmen. Come on. You are from Canton. Sit down, let's have a tea together. Making friends first before any kind of buying or selling. That's important. It doesn't matter you buy or not. Come on, have tea. So bonding. Bonding is the tie. It's the link that link you and the other people together to form a network. So that is what the networking in the European context. Okay, but where the networking based on? Here, from the Asian perspective, the 12 commonality is the basis for you to do so. Okay, empathy. Do you know what I'm thinking? No, you don't know. All right? So one thing is important, if I know you, and I know what you're doing, I know what you are thinking, so the way that you think, the way that you will do, then I have empathy. Empathy virtually exists only when we are friends. So when we're having a kind of relationship, but empathy do virtually help to tighten up the bonding. We have the bonding, but the bonding are not tight enough. But we need to have empathy, to tie them up. So you will understand your friends or anyone in this 12 commonality. So that you are going to what? You're going to build up empathy with them. All right? Empathy virtually means thinking, knowing what your friends are thinking. That's important. Okay, I don't need you to tell me what you're thinking, but I know it. Mainly because I am looking at this from the same perspective. We know what your customers are thinking about without being told. Mainly because I can read your face. I can. Right? So I know your characteristic. I know, you are smiling, you are happy, you are sad. So I can read your face and then I understand, you are sad. You are sad and I'm sad as well. So that is empathy. If you are sad and I'm happy, we don't have anything to interact. So you will feel that I'm very impolite. All right? So if I read that you are sad, I know that you have something with your family, and you are sad. So I feel sad as well. So that is empathy. Empathy is a kind of resonance we're acting on. If we are friends, you are sad and then I'm happy. It doesn't make any sense at all. So if you go to the shop and then the housekeeper say, you are not feeling quite well today, aren't you? Yes, I failed the test. Oh no, next time, I buy you a drink. So that is the kind of empathy we're talking about. The right empathy will actually help in many ways. One of the ways is I understand what you're talking about. I support you. You feel sad, I feel sad. All right? But I'm supporting you. So this is virtually important. All right? So in the Chinese way, we say, we know your heart. 知心. We know your heart. That means we know what you're thinking. So remember that you have to train yourself, okay, to read others' face, to understand, what is the status, the psychological status of your friends, of your seller, of your buyer, so that you can react to it properly. The first one is cognitive. Cognitive empathy, which means I know you are sad. That is the first stage. Affective empathy means I have the same feeling. And then resonance empathy means you are sad, you cry, I cry. Reciprocity. Doing things in return. This is another very important thing in tightening up the bonding. Right? So we need to do something, okay, so that the bond will be tightened up. Reciprocity. And the reason why Chinese, always have very frequent gift-giving activities. In fact, Western people do the same. Christmas, New Year, they always, give away gifts, to the neighbors, to the friends, to the cousins, and so on. But Western way of reciprocity based on three things. The first thing is mutual expectation. I give away gift to you. Is that what you expect? I'm going to expect you to return gift to me. Mutual expectation. And the second thing is mutual benefit. You like it, and I like it. I give away, I'm happy, and then you're happy. That is what we call mutual benefit. All right? You enjoy it, I enjoy it. And the third thing is equivalence in exchange value. And this one is very important. It's utmost important among the three. I invite you to yum cha, to have Chinese tea in a Chinese restaurant. If I'm expecting you to invite me to have a dinner, it's something different. Yum cha, in Hong Kong, you're paying something between $50 to $100. Hong Kong. But having a dinner, you were talking about $200 to $400 or $500 per person. So it's of higher value, right? Higher value. So if I invite you to Yum Cha and you invite me to dinner, so you are returning the favor at a higher level. And that is what the Chinese are doing. Okay. Reciprocity means it's a kind of propriety. Propriety means politeness. All right? So showing polite. Okay. If I give you a gift and then you return, it's a politeness. All right? Okay. So it's something that we have to do. All right? Otherwise, we will be called impolite. So the question, as I said, is in equity, whether the relationship are asymmetric. If we are friends, we are of the same level. All right? But how we are going to build up much better? I buy you a drink of $5. You buy me another drink of $6. That's not symmetric. That's asymmetric. Another thing is, it involves two parties. I do it to you, you do it to me. Single party, no way. All right? Okay. And this is something very important. In the Chinese society, there's something that we're talking about. If I offer you 1 foot and you return me with 10 feet, that means if I give you a gift of $10 and then you have returned with $100. So the value of the gift is enhancing, is increasing, so that our relationship is better. All right? Better in two ways. One way is asymmetric. The value is becoming higher and higher. The second one is we have a lot of interaction. Interaction. If I give you a gift, I must find opportunity to give you a gift. And I cannot go to your place and say, okay, this is what I would like to give you. No, there must be some reason to present a gift to you. Or I have to find out a reason to do so. So that the relationship, the tie become tighter, mainly because of the number of interaction being made. All right? So reciprocity based very much the Chinese one or the Asian one based on the interaction and the amount of value. Okay? And that is what we call the theory of diversity. Okay, trust. Trust is something very different. Trust, I trust you. It's mainly because according to my past experience, I know that you are trustworthy. You keep your promises, okay? You do everything according to what you said. That is trust. Trust depends very much on the experience of people, okay? Not only on the bond itself. But one thing is, if you have the bonding increases your trust. All right? If we are a cousin, if we are schoolmate, I have trust higher than that of a stranger or someone I just know. So trust is something that depends very much on the continuous contact and assessment of someone's performance in the past. And Confucius said that if you are not trustworthy, then that we have to test it out. And this is something very important. So we have the 5 characteristics of trust. A clue, helping the enterprise and the customer to come together, so you stick together, right? Without trust, nothing can be done. So another one is there is a risk in establishing trust. Trust is building up on your feeling, past experience. okay, he or she may turn you down. All right? It's possible. It's possible. So it depends on the benefit that they are going to receive. So trust put the responsibility to both sides. I trust you, you trust me. So the feeling of trust can virtually be changed from time to time. As time goes by, you may trust a person more than before. Or as times go by, you may not trust a person, mainly because of his or her recent performance. So the last thing is really something very abstract, but something that we have to remember. The way that we build up trust is crucial. Okay, remember that while we are talking about marketing on the internet, trust become almost very important. Trust is a basic requirement. How do you judge? Okay, the person will keep their promises. On the internet, people always say, this is my account. If you want to buy from me, please pay through this account. And then I will deliver the product to you. And then I say, no, I don't know you. Why should I pay to your account first? And then you deliver the product to me. But if you didn't, I may have a problem. How do I know that you will? And the reason why on the internet there must be a third person. All right? PayPal, for instance. PayPal is a third person. It's a third party which can help. If you don't pay, or if you don't deliver, the third person in the middle, the moderator, we'll call it the moderator, will help to stop it. You buy something from me, you are the middle person, all right? So if I deliver to you and then you receive and coin, and then your money will be deducted from your account. That's trust. Remember that we have two kinds of trust. The first one is what we call system trust. I trust the system. The system which will mean the legal system. All right? If you're going not to pay me, I sue you. The other one is personal trust. Personal trust is we are friends. All right? So you said, you are in trouble, you want money from me, and say, I trust you personally. So that is personal trust. So nowadays in the business environment, we base mostly on the system trust and not the personal trust. The personal trust is something that we have to build over time. All right? So that is something that you have to remember. Okay, we finished today.